This is the video where you'll see your future. Yes, literally, the most desired ones and not someone else's idea of what you should be doing with your life. You'll be able to predict the next steps and the exact roadmap on how to get there, no matter how unrealistic your big dreams might seem at the moment. And you know how I know? Well, literally yesterday, I saw my own future. Just look at all of these pictures. This is me living my dream life. And all of these moments, photos, pictures, represent some of the boldest moments of my own big vision. And I'm telling you, it feels so real. That's why in this video, I also want to talk about the importance of living our lives at the moment as if we were already that person from our big vision. By the way, speaking of which, I have even set some of those pictures as my phone's lock screen so that whenever I even think about giving up, I look at my phone and be reminded of what I would lose if I did. So this video also marks the beginning of a new chapter on this channel where our dreams and building a creative life collude. It's about creativity, courage, and freedom, and designing the lives that truly feels ours. So let's dive in, everyone. All right, there are 4 chapters in this video, and the first chapter we're going to start with will be about seeing what you truly want in life and why it's crucial to live your life as if you're already there, even in a little bit loud, delusional and bold way, and why living like this will actually help you achieve your dreams way faster compared to being super calculated and rational. Then I'd like to talk to you about the right time of changing our lives. Is this something that you wake up one day with and decide, okay, today's the day I'm going to change your life? Or maybe I should wait till I have enough savings on my bank account? I actually got the exact same question a couple of days ago on my Instagram because yes, I've been sharing my own journey of reinvention there too. And this is the exact question, like, when is the time I should start thinking about changing my life? So we'll be talking about it. Then, of course, we'll be talking about obstacles and challenges we are going to face on the way of achieving our goals. Because I don't know about you, but I have that creepy little voice that sometimes sneaks in and tries to sabotage my big vision. Like, who the hell you think you are? Or do you think you're special? Yeah, good luck to you, good luck to you. And raise your virtual hand if you also can't deal with it sometimes, because it's super annoying. Then I'd like to share my own big vision with you and how I'm planning to achieve it. And the last step will be, the last chapter will be about the differences between people who actually achieve their dreams and those who stay stuck for decades. I'm sure you also know people who've been talking about their dreams for decades, like how they're going to do this and that, how they're going to move there and there, but nothing has happened since that. And I know these kinds of people too, and in this video I'd like to talk to you about the exact differences. What are the qualities or characteristics of people who actually made it in their lives and those who didn't? Okay? Listen, getting crystal clear on what you actually want in life is your starting point, because without it, you'll be wasting so much time and energy bouncing between tasks, doubting every move and second guessing yourself. Should I do this today? Oh, what about that task? Should I do maybe something else? Oh, I'll start tomorrow. And while you're stuck in this confusion, days, months, years, and decades will go by. And you'll eventually start thinking that, okay, maybe it's not really for me, so I'll simply be happy with what I have. And you'll eventually settle for a life which is pretty comfortable, but it doesn't feel truly yours. I'm speaking about it from my own experience. I'm telling you, when I wasn't really sure what I want to do with my life, should I go in this direction or in this direction, I was literally spending so much time on overthinking, and I was stuck in analysis paralysis. You know that feeling when you feel so overwhelmed by all of the tasks, by all of your thoughts you have in mind, you feel paralyzed and you don't know where to start. And I want you to avoid that. And this is where AI can help you enormously. It's not a problem that you're not really crystal clear about it. Start with some small hints. You can literally start talking to ChatGPT about it. It'll help you get unstuck. Share everything with ChatGPT you have in your mind. How you want your day to start. What you want to do during summertime. You know, all of these things. Start with that. What are your values? How are you planning on helping people? You know, Now, like, pick yours, and after that, generate images of your big vision. I did that yesterday, and I'm telling you, it was like, oh, I was leaving that big vision. And that brings me to the second part of this first chapter, why it's so crucial to feel yourself as if you were already there. Because for your brain, there is no difference whether you're living your current life or whether you're living in your dream life, so to speak. From my experience, I told to myself, like, if I actually suffer, so I'd better be suffering for my big vision, instead of trying to control every single move throughout my life, instead of trying to force someone to do something, I'd better focus, or I better dedicate my entire focus and attention to my own big vision. When you feel that excitement, you literally have no obstacles any longer. I can imagine that you're currently thinking, oh, it's so, easy for you to talk about it because you're just filming this video. But what if I told you that I'm currently going through one of the heaviest, actually the heaviest rock bottom I've ever had in my entire life. The past few months felt like hell for me. Like, there was a point where I couldn't live with me any longer because of that, analysis paralysis in my head, because of that constant burnout, because of that total control of every single move I have every single day. It was hell. I thought I'd never be able to get back to my true self. And this is how I literally forced myself to get fucking clear on what I want in my life, create a roadmap with ChatGPT together because my mind was a freaking mess. And then together we then created crystal clear plan on how to get there. Then I generated all of those images, and when I saw my big vision in action, I felt, this is me. This is what I want to do in my life. And somehow, I'm telling you, I don't know how it works. Somehow that roadmap simply appeared before my eyes and the energy changed. I'm feeling so happy and excited now every single day, ever since I started talking to ChatGPT. And yesterday was like, I even wrote an entire newsletter dedicated to AI and ChatGPT, how I was able to clarify my big vision. These two tools will help you get unstuck, basically. It's fantastic if you already have that crystal clear vision on what you want from your life. Awesome. But if you aren't sure and you need some guidance, well then, this is your roadmap to get unstuck, so to speak. And when you vibrate on that frequency that everything is possible, opportunities will come into your life. I'm telling you 1000%. You'll feel unstoppable in your mind. I'm telling you as a person who is currently going through a really tough rock bottom. It's not like everything is perfect, I love my life and I want to add something else to it. No, it's not like that at all. I needed to force myself to change something, otherwise, I don't know. So that would be the end of the first chapter. Now on to the next one. When is actually the starting point? When should we start thinking about changing our lives? Well, it's partially connected to what I just told you. For me, it was like, I can't live like that any longer. Everything is collapsing around me. It's now or never, because I don't have much to lose. So why should I wait? Why should I suffer on things that I don't really enjoy? So I'd better be suffering on things that I enjoy, right? And then again, ChatGPT and the graphic AI tool helped me really get out of that rock bottom. Then I was listening to a lot of podcasts, and my absolute all-time favorite podcast on all things like productivity, motivation, self-development is called The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. And this podcast has played a huge role in my own self-development and how I was able to get unstuck. But basically, my answer would be the following. There is no freaking perfect starting point. I'm telling you, never ever. Never ever will you wake up one day and decide, okay, today's the perfect day to start over. Maybe for one day it will be enough. Maybe you will have that morning, but for one day, for 2 days, this is not sustainable. I'm telling you, all of those emotions, that's why it's so crucial to understand that we should follow a plan and not our emotions. I'm sure you've heard about that. When you have a plan, when you have your big vision in front of you, you literally have your roadmap. You don't doubt every single move because you don't know where to start. And this is what happens when you accidentally decide to change your life, because today is the perfect day for that, quote unquote. Think about it as a business plan for your life, so to speak. You create first, you identify your big vision, and then you start acting as if you were already there. And this is what exactly I meant when I told you that we need to be a little bit loud and bold and delusional and shout about it from the mountaintop. This is what I've been doing, and somehow it freaking helps because I just announced my big vision, I need to stick to it. I need to stick to it. Now, on to the obstacles. There will be be a lot of obstacles. I'm telling you. Have you ever felt or experienced something like that? You have a new exciting goal, a new exciting wish, a new exciting big vision. The first week, wow, you're so excited about keep going and you do the thing, but then a few weeks go by and you start thinking, but I don't see any improvements. It's not gonna work. Never. Why am I being so delusional right now? This is when we have a very crucial stage of overcoming the period. The thing is that reaching our big goals isn't that exciting. We won't be waking up every single day and doing some extraordinary things on a daily basis, every single minute, of course not. It's about staying consistent, it's about doing the boring stuff. In my case, it's drawing, it's sharing, it's going to the gym, it's about journaling, it's about stepping outside my comfort zone every single day by shooting, for instance, unfiltered talking head videos. Just an example. Every single day. I mean, I'm not going to be participating in all of those exhibitions on a weekly basis, right? This is when it starts looking as if everything is boring and it's not that exciting, so I'd better stop. This is when we jump right into the next thing. Same story. Exciting, super happy, and then that boring moment hit, and then we stop again and jump right into the next thing. So the most important thing is to overcome that boredom, so to speak. For you, it might be something else, but the variations are more or less the same. The phase of being super excited ends, and this is where the real struggle starts. And this is when your visual, big vision right in front of you will help you enormously. And this is why I use my photos of my big vision here as my phone screen, so that when I even dare about thinking about giving up, I simply look at the screen and I'm reminded of my big vision. And that's why it's crucial to have those. It can be a notebook for you, it's a PDF document with your rituals, with your big vision, with all of those limitations that you've been having in your head for so many years, so that when you wake up and before you go to bed, you go through them, you read them, you look at your big vision, and then your mind goes back into place. And this is how I've been able to switch my mindset from being, oh, I hate my life, what the hell is happening, how will I be able to get out of my rock bottom, so to speak, to I'm so abundant, oh my god, I'm so thankful for the opportunity of being able to even think about my big vision. It works, I'm telling you, it works. At this stage, I'd like to mention Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's been my hero since my childhood, I'm telling you. And he, in his documentary, he was also talking about the importance of having that big vision. He was lying on his bed and he was imagining himself being the #1 in bodybuilding, or when he was in New York, like I remember that phrase, yes, my physical body is here, but my mind is traveling right now. Same here. You have to train your mind to do all of these things, and it's going to take time, obviously. So if you're currently going through challenges, but you're doing the thing, that's normal. Keep going. Oh man, now onto my own big vision. Well, you can probably assume what it consists of, right? But the thing is that I'd like to expand. I've been running my design and drawing academy for 5 years, and I realized that I want to first fill my own creative cup, because when you pour your entire soul, ideas, and insights into your business, literally every single, aspect of your brain without days off, of course, is the right way to burn out, no matter how much you love your work. And I also realized that I want to expand in the real world, because right now we've only been working online all together, and yes, there were a couple of physical meetups, but I'd like to have them in real life and real big. Then I'd like to expand my own art to create for me, not for another launch or for another Instagram post. And I want to leave my mark on the world with my art. I want to also host real life meetups with creative entrepreneurs, other artists, all of those like-minded people, where we actually talk about entrepreneurship, where we create, where we draw, where we travel all together and come up with brilliant ideas by supporting each other. And then I also want to organize or be invited to host my own exhibition exhibition in MoMA, New York. I also want to see my art on the window front of Bergdorf Goodman in New York. That idea actually came from my recent trip to New York, recent trip. Last year, I remember standing at the front there of those windows, and they were actually having some other illustrations on the front. And I was talking to myself, one day your illustrations will be there. See? So I'm not abandoning what I've built. I'm reinventing myself by expanding my personality, business, creativity, and art, everything. And of course, filming more real YouTube videos instead of the scripted ones, because this YouTube channel used to have primarily tutorials and all those scripted videos. But if I want to one day appear in one of those TED Talks, then I need to train myself to talk in a confident way in front of the camera without any scripts, right? So this is exactly what I'm doing, and I really appreciate your support. Now on to the last one, a super insightful one. The thing is that yesterday I actually went to the mountains. I live in Munich, and the mountains are literally here on the corner, and I made it my weekly routine, weekly habit of going there. And yesterday it was my mountain day, and there when I was looking at the mountains and the lake, I was also talking to ChatGPT at the same time, and I was wondering, ChatGPT, what is the difference between successful and non-successful people? And ChatGPT gave me this list. So please feel free to pause this video and read it. But I'm telling you, it's life-changing. From my experience, crucial differences between those who made it in life and those who didn't are the following. First of all, unsuccessful people talk a lot. I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to be brilliant. I'm going to do fantastic things in this life, but they don't do anything. They keep doing the same repetitive stuff over and over again and hoping that one day someone will knock on their door and present them that opportunity on a silver tablet, right? It's not gonna happen. The second thing is that they don't go outside their comfort zone. Well, basically this one's partially connected to the previous one. By doing the same repetitive stuff you've been doing for years, you can't seriously expect that your life is going to look different. And then I'd say it's about taking action. Not waiting, taking action. In my case, for instance, of course, I've been doing my job too. It's not like I'm just filming this video and telling you what you should be doing, and I myself sit here and chill and hope that one opportunity will come into my life. Holy crap, no. I actually where is my art collection? I'm going to show you my art collection I'm currently working on. Actually, it's already finished. Only a Shopify shop needs to be done. But this is my very first art collection I've been dreaming about for 2 years. I remember that idea came to me 2 years ago of creating my first art print collection, super exclusive one. Like, the paper is brilliant, watercolor paper, so thick. Basically, all of these illustrations were inspired by my family because we live in different countries, and I recently reached my 10-year goal, by the way, and that's why I kind of know how to achieve our goals of getting my citizenship. 10 years ago, I came to this country, no connections, almost no money, like around about 200 euros, and that's all I had. No language skills, but with a huge dream of making it as an artist and designer, get my citizenship, speak fluently, and I was able to achieve that. My parents were my biggest supporters. So these flowers, all of these still life compositions, are inspired by my mom's flower garden, and she sends me pictures of it. Every time when she sends me a picture of the flower garden, I start drawing it, I start illustrating that flower on my iPad, but adding my own personal touch. I'm going to insert a couple of pictures of her flowers, and you'll see how my imagination was able to finalize all of these final pieces. But just look at them. Also, as you can see, I'm filming this video already without any scripts. Then I am writing all of those pitches, letters, emails to my dream brands, like step by step. I'm not perfect, of course. I'm still making a lot of mistakes, but the most important thing is that I'm doing the thing, and this is what counts. So that's it for today. Let me know, how are you feeling? What is your big vision? Let's support each other. I was actually thinking about bringing another part of my big vision to life soon, maybe even next week or so. I want to start hosting those like creative life 5 master classes consisting of entrepreneurs, creatives, dreamers who also are currently in the transitional phase of achieving their own big vision, but they're unsure, they need support, they need the right environment, because I know even your friends and family members cannot be very happy about your change, because it means that you might be a little bit different person, right? And sometimes we just need that safe haven, where we can share our ideas and thoughts without being judged. I'd like to organize that. Not a course. I don't want a course, really. I want that real connection. And I was also thinking about working with my own public speaking coach. Yes, I have been having a public speaking coach since 2021. I'm going to leave the link below this video in case you're interested. But it's time to take action, everyone, toward our big vision. So bye-bye. See you in the next video.